Welcome to the podcast, where we will cover one of our history unit's many subtopics. I'm your host, Guillermo.
And this is Timothy.
This week's unit is industrialization, the Gilded Age of America, the so-called golden time for America's economy, a great time for the wealthy, but we don't want to focus on those who are on top of the pyramid. Today we're going to be discussing about the lies underneath the golden cased lie of the increasing economy. Today we'll talk about the labor wars, specifically the Battle of Blair Mountain and the Ludlow Massacre.
This topic piques my interest mainly because of how out of hand the wars got. I mean, companies hiring militias and snipers to fight the strikers and unionizers is insanity. Women and children were killed. A couple of them were threatened with Gatling guns. They dug a hole under the tent but died as they suffocated in the hole. Many of their bodies were burned to a crisp, and that actually brings up the fact that the companies evicting their employees for going on strike.
So after researching this, we went over to Blair Mountain and we asked a woman named Mackenzie from the West Virginia Mine Wars. She was nice enough to have an interview with us. However, we don't have her with us, but we had a recording. So the first question we asked was, what was the main difference from back then and to the current times? She had said that back in the mine war era, they didn't have the machinery of today, using only shovels, donkeys, and cart. It was really backbreaking labor. It's really hard to imagine what they went through. Also, along with that, she also said that today's miners use machinery and a series of men that have several jobs, including men that supervise the machines, that supervise the structure of mines, and so they could prevent any potential hazards. We also asked her what information can we receive about the treatment of coal mine workers. She said the treatment of coal mine workers were really horrible, and that the mules that they used were a lot more valuable than the workers themselves. So, what is a common problem or injury that happens in the mine? She said that black lungs was the most common danger to all miners, as they have to prove that they have black lungs, and it's money tracking for doctors and lawyers due to the serious injuries and the constant payment to have them involved. And also, what happens if a worker has black lungs? She said that if doctors which said they are not completely disabled or crippled, they would have to send them back to work. And yes, she says that we do need improvements for this. And considering the impact on Blair Mountain, historians say that the miners lost as they went back to work, and it all returned as to how they were. But others say that this is not such, because they did not see a clear victory or immediate changes, and more importantly, miners did not see FDR's changes, and finally, they had rights to barter and gain civil rights. So even after everything, they did not see immediate changes, but they still gained civil rights. And also, we asked her about the workouts compared to then and now, and she said that they certainly did not enjoy the 8-hour workday of the current times. Most likely varied between mine to mine. She says that they worked in weekends, and they had no breaks, and they had no holiday breaks that we have today. And she also said that the nature of coal mining will always be dangerous, specifically about the consideration of black lungs.
When considering all of this, it seems like a bad dream for labor workers. The bombings, the hired guns, the amount of deaths just for labor. It seems almost unreal, and it's horrifying that all of it. The amount of graves needed to be dug, and just everything. Alright,
so join me and Timmy for the next podcast covering more on these bloody wars that still rage on. So, what will be the next topic? The next topic will be World War I, and we'll be discussing how both of these, or all bloody wars, how they have changed and will continue to mold the world and current society that we have today.